Hi, welcome to our recitation 12. This recitation is mainly about some practice about processing large-scale datasets, and the file of example 3 has been uploaded into recitation files folder on Canvas. You also need to click into that folder and download this example 3 file to your laptop or computer. Then we need to open up this file. In the example 3 spreadsheets, we have 3 worksheets. First one is sales, second one is transaction 1, and third one is transaction 2. For this one, we will have several tasks to finish and teach you. The first one is about creating a pivot table. The pivot tables make possible to present data in a structured manner, and we can also collapse or expand information by level. Now we will start to create our first pivot table. Please first open the sales worksheet. This is the first worksheet. Then selecting the data of the pivot table. You just need to click any cell inside this data set. Like I can click on the B5. Then we need to click the Insert tab on the top of this page. Please click the Insert tab. Then we will find an icon called pivot table. The first icon is called pivot table. The introduction is that the pivot table easily arranges and summarizes complex data in the pivot table. Click the pivot table, and we don't need to change any setting, including the data range has been selected, and we need to create a new worksheet. You don't need to change the default setting, and just click OK. Now the worksheet will just open up a new worksheet and name it as sheet 1, and now we will just configure our first pivot table. On the right of your new created worksheet, you can see an area called pivot table fields. This area is called pivot table screen, and you can see a list of columns. This is the columns of the data sets, including country, salesperson, order date, order ID, and order amount. And please follow my steps. First, we need to click on the order date. First, we need to check the order date. Just check that. Click OK. And next, we need to check the salesperson. Check the salesperson. Next, we can check the order amount. Check the order amount. Now you can see for the rows, it has the years, quarters, and order date. And for the values, it has the sum of the order amount. This is our first setting of the pivot table. And we have introduced before, the pivot table will present the data set in an organized manner. And right now, this is the organized pivot table. And for the rows, we have the years. And if you click this plus sign, we will open up the second level on rows. We click this one, you can see the quarter 3 and quarter 4. And our values to present is the sum of the order amount. Like for this one, it is the order amount, the total order amount for the quarter 3 in the year of 2010. And for this one, you can see the fourth quarter of the 2011. We can see the sum of the order amount at that quarter. Okay, this is our first pivot table. we may face with a problem. Sometimes we want to change the order of the date, like for the year. Sometimes we don't want to present the quarter. We want to present it as months and years. So how to do that? So we can get into the pivot table tools, click the Analyze tab, and then click the group selection. Then we can remove the years. We don't check the years. We only check the months and years. Oh, sorry. We don't check the quarters. We only check the months and the years, and then click OK. After that, the quarter will be removed from our pivot table, and the data will organize the follow the first level of years and second level of months. And this is the selection for different groups. And next, sometimes it's very inconvenient when we click the plus sign and the minus sign to open up the next level data. And we can use some buttons to collapsing or expanding the data. If you click the Analyze tab, and there is two icons. The first one is called Expand field, and the second one is called Collapse field. If you click Collapse field, it will just close all the data structures for this level of the data. And if you click the Expand field, and it will open up the second level data structure. This is the detailed data for different salesperson. And if you click collapse, it will close this level of the data, which is to present data following the order of different salesperson. And if you click the collapse data once again, and it will just present the most high level, the highest level of this data structure, which is to present follow the number of years, the order of the years. This is the usage of the collapsing and expanding data icons. Okay, now maybe we can, and another thing is about the values. Sometimes in the default setting, we will present the sum of the values. And if you want to change the sum into average value, you can click this one and click value field setting, and you can select count average, maximum, minimum, and also variance and something like that. In the default setting, you will select the sum of the values selected. Okay, we will create our second pivot table. The second pivot table will be created based on transaction 1 worksheet, and please click into the transaction 1 worksheet. And also please select any cell in this worksheet. Follow the steps which are previously introduced. Click insert, click the pivot table, and click OK. Now we have our second pivot table. And please follow my order to check the first category name. Second is the product name. Third is the ship country. Next is ship city. And then is the quantity. Yeah, quantity. The quantity is the value we want to present. Sometimes if you do not follow the steps to present it, you can also just drag this into the area you want to present. Okay, just drag the category name into the rows. You can just drag it or check it. Now we can see our pivot table, and we can collapse the data structure. Okay, now this pivot table will display the quantity sold by different categories, right? the row labels. This is a selection. Okay. Now we need to modify our pivot table, which means that we need to add some columns into this. In the pivot table fields, we want to just move the ship country to the columns, which means that other than the sum of quantities, we want to add a new column, which is the ship country. Now we just drag ship country and then move it to columns. Okay, now you can see our columns are the ship country. So for different countries and for different categories, we can see the values are the quantities. And this is the modification of the second pivot table. We add a new column, which is the ship country. Now we can also just expand the data. Now the large-scale datasets will present the category versus ship country, and also you can see the detailed quantities for different cities, and also you can see different product names. Some cells will be blank. It is because there is no sales data for these products and cities, so it has been set as blank. Okay, we can just collapse the data. Collapse. This is a high-level structure. Next, I want to introduce the functionality of the filters. And sometimes we would like to filter certain information. And for this worksheet, we may want to filter certain values based on the shipper of our products. Now we can see there is a columns, an item called shipper name. We need to drag this one into the filters. Okay, you can see when we drag this shipper name into filters, we can see a filter has been added to A1 and B1. Now we can click on this and it presents the shippers, including Federal Shipping, Speedy Express, and United Package. The default setting is to select all of them, and if we just want to check the data of Federal Shipping, we can click Federal Shipping and click OK. Then you can only see the values shipped by the products shipped by Federal Shipping. And if you click Speedy Express, you can only see the quantity of the products shipped by Speedy Express. If you check the select multiple items, like we can both check Federal Shipping and Speedy Express. Now you can see the shipped products, the quantities of them shipped by both Federal Shipping and Speedy Express. This is the usage of filters. Okay, for our third task, which is to create a third pivot table, and this is your task, and I think it is worth of 2 extra credits. Please listen up. Your task is to create a new pivot table based on the transaction 1 worksheet. And this pivot table will have countries and cities as row labels, shippers as column labels, employees as filters, quantities as values. So you need to just drag different items into the 4 components. Let me repeat once again. The countries and cities are row labels, shippers are column labels, employees are filters, and the quantities of values. And after you're doing that, please send me a screenshot of this area. Please send me a screenshot of this area. And I will give you 2 extra points based on this, based on the screenshot you sent to me. And I will also send you a Google Form link for all of you to uploading your screenshot of this task. I will send you this Google Form link through the Canvas announcements. Okay. It is worth of 2 extra credits. TA's extra credits. Okay. Now I think we have covered all the contents about the pivot tables. Now we can come to the second part, which is about Excel tables. The Excel tables is used for filtering and sorting capabilities for all columns. Like we can click into the transaction 2 worksheet, and we should select order data. On the left of the A column, you can see an extra area. Please click this one. When you click this one, you have selected all the data area. And actually, for adding up Excel tables, or you can also click on all the data. You can, and then second way is to just select any cells within this worksheet. You can just select any cell within this worksheet, and then click the Insert tab, and click on the table icon. Click the table icon right here. This is used for creating a table to organize and analyze the related data. Please click the table, and where is the data for your table? And it has been selected well as A12L 2156. I think it's a correct data range. Click OK. Now you can see an Excel table has been added up. And if you don't like the format, you can change the table styles from blue scale to red, or to green to purple, any color you like. And as default setting, we will use the blue style. Now, on the first row of this worksheet, you can see all the headers has been added up a filter. This is a filter, and we can use this filter to filtering and sorting the whole data set. And when we deal with a larger scale data set, like this data set may have 10,000 or more rows, even to 1 million or 10 million. And if you want to do the calculation, and you write formula and then use the autofill will be pretty difficult. Because when we use the autofill, we will drag from the first row to the last row. And if this worksheet has 1 million rows, it will be pretty difficult. So we need to use this Excel table to add some new rows, and we need to use the formatted formula to do the computation. Like for this Excel table, if we want to add a new column, which is about the net price. Okay, now we want to add a new column to this worksheet, and this column is the net price. The net price will compute it as the unit price, this one, the unit price, times the discount, times 1 minus the discount. We have the unit price, we have the discount. We will compute our net price as unit price plus unit price times 1 minus discount. Now we want to just add a new column here. Just click on J1 and click insert. We have a new column. And now we need to apply the structured formula. This is called structured formula. We write here. This one will equal the unit price. Yeah. When we just have a pair of square brackets, and then within it we need to write the header for that column we want to select. This is the unit price. Then it should be times 1 minus discount. Yeah, discount. And this is our structure formula. In the previous formula using, we will make the data as the index for the cells, like B2, like C5. And in the structure formula, we just select the data using the header name. Like for unit price, the header name is unit price, and we just write the unit price and make it contained within the pair of square brackets. This is called the structured formula. Then we press tab. Give me a second. Oh, sorry. We don't need. We should not write the formula here. We should write the formula in J2 rather than J1. J1 is a place for the header names. Like for this, it should be net price. And we should write the structure formula in J2 is unit price times 1 minus discount. Press tab. Then you can see all the data has been computed automatically. It is pretty quick and convenient. This is usage of structured formula. Now I will give you an additional task, which is to add a new column using the techniques for structured formula. And we want to add up a new column called net scale. The net scale should be net price times the quantity. Let me repeat once again. Net scale will equal to net price times quantity. Now you need to complete this task, and I will show that you can just click stop, and when you finish that, you can come back to check the answer. The answer is like this. We add up a new column, and we make it as net scale, net scale, and this one is equal to net price times the quantity. Okay, it has been computed out. Okay, our last task is to apply sorting and filters. Like, for example, we need to select the records. We want to select the records related to Germany for net sale between $200 and $500. The selection should be sorted by product name. So first we need to apply the filters. And our first filter is the ship country. We just want to see the data for Germany. Okay, so click the ship country, click this menu, and we just select Germany. Okay, just check Germany, click OK. Now we can only see the data for Germany. And second, we just want to select the items with the net sale between $200 and $500. So we click the net sale filters, and we can click the number filters and click gradient. We click between. It is between 200 and 500. Okay, click OK. Then we can only see the filtered data, which should be only related to Germany. And for the net sale, it should be between $200 and $500. Okay. Now we can just sort this selected data area. Then we click on we need to sort it by product name from the first character A to the last character Z. We click on the filters, and then you can click on the menu, and then you can see a choice sort from A to Z. Just click this one, and you can see the whole selected data area has been selected from the product starting from A to Z. Okay, this is an introduction to pivot tables and Excel tables. And you have one more task. You need to change the filter so there are only dates in the second quarter of 2013, which means that it is the day between April 1st to the June 30th of the year of 2013. Only this area should be displayed. And in addition to that, please filter only information that has a quantity greater than 20. And please sort it by ship city, and the shipper name. Okay. And you can also click the stop and finish this task. Later, you can go back to check the answers. I will do this. So first, we can just remove the, so first, we just select the second quarter of 2013. So we go to the date, the order date is the last column. We go to the order date. Then we click this filter. We need to select the 2013. We just check the April. Sorry, because the default language is Chinese, and you can check the months for April, May, and June, the 3 months, which is the second quarter. Okay. Yeah, now we have selected the order date, which is the second quarter of the year 2013. And we filled the information, which has a quantity greater than 20. Now the quantity. Greater than 20. Number filters. Greater than 20. Click OK. And then we sort it by ship city and shipper name. So ship city from A to Z, ship name from A to Z. Yeah, this is the last data we want to select. Okay, I believe this is all for our Recitation 12. And I will send you an Google form through the announcements, which is the place for you to upload your screenshot for the previous task for creating a pivot table. Okay, bye.